Okay, let's talk about our game. NBC primetime, Illinois, Indiana. Hoosiers favored by 6.5 points. I have been waiting for this game to get here. Like this has been, I've had this circled since the schedule came out. Certainly since we knew that we were going to get this game. Because to me, I've spent an entire offseason of everyone asking me who's going to be this year's Indiana. And Indiana, first of all, does not want anyone to be this year's Indiana because they don't want to drop off. Like they don't want to be a flash in the pan. They just want to be Indiana football. And then Illinois is like, we could be this year's Indiana. Like the schedule sets up for it. They bring back 16 starters from last year's game, and it's all there, right? Like Brett Bielema has the same coordinators and same quarterback that he's had for the last 3 years. He says nobody else in college football has that. They've got some questions. We'll get into like where we think the game could be decided or not, but there's just so much to like about them. They already passed their first test. They go on the road to Duke, and they pull away from them. They get 5 turnovers from the Blue Devils in that game. But there's just like there's so much to like about them and their path that I put them in my playoff bracket at the start of the year. And then you still have Indiana, which I don't think it's a huge drop off. Like they went out in the portal, and I think they got maybe the best pickup at the quarterback position that no one's talking about, Fernando Mendoza. He's been really, really good. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. So they added a lot of pieces in the portal, but they still have some of those core guys that they had a season ago that like set that foundation for a historic season for the Hoosiers. So I love this game. I love the 2 head coaches in this game. They're going to say stuff. They're going to say how they feel. But there's just so much at stake here. And it does speak to the depth in the conference, like that this is a massive game. It's the first ranked on ranked game for Illinois and Indiana in 75 years. Wow. Like, sorry, I'm just like getting really fired up. Like I just cannot wait to get kickoff in this game. I've been so excited for it.
I mean, if people want to try to downplay this matchup, they can go to hell. Because it's huge, right? Like just the implications for either one of the programs. But again, if we're talking about what the postseason could look like and who could be teams that end up in the college football playoff, I think you have to watch this game and you have to take the result very seriously. I'm a big Brett Bielema guy, just from a football standpoint. And I feel similarly about Curt Cignetti, even though I don't know him as well. All this dude does is watch tape. He loves football. He just loves ball. He like everything about the game. And so you mentioned these guys are going to say things too. These dudes are sickos who are probably up all 24 hours of the day preparing right now too. And that 100%. Makes me excited about what we can get into here. Love the quarterback matchup. I know you like both of those guys. I think I like the Illinois defense a little bit better than what I like from the Indiana defense so far. I think Indiana lost a ton off of last year, and they're still trying to figure out exactly what they're going to be on that side of the ball. I think that's probably the edge there. Indiana run game probably take over the Illinois run game right now. So there's this give and take where it feels like they're also very balanced teams.
Yeah, and so Brett Bielema was telling me that like he for the last few years, like they're often going after similar guys, and they're in recruiting, like they're sort of building in similar ways. Like there's definitely some stylistic differences, but like the things that they want to do well are similar. So I'm with you because I think Illinois' run game has not been explosive. A little bit surprising because they were like really high on the fact that they had this running back by committee. They got guys that can do different things, but really not a lot of breakout plays for that run game yet. Hank Beatty's been awesome, and I think that's been a huge plus for them because when I was there in fall camp, they were like, we need people to emerge in the pass game. I think now they feel really good about like their top 4 guys, but that he could be that difference maker. We even saw him as a runner. So that's what I feel good about, and I think I probably feel a little bit better about Illinois' pass game because of that. Just the continuity with Luke Altmaier. We know he leads college football, leads all of FBS in game-winning or game-tying drives in the final minute of regulation and overtime. So, like, you feel good about him in clutch moments. But, yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting. And Curt Cignetti brought up that Illinois is doing a lot of different things with their fronts and some of their different schematics because – and he started noticing it when he was watching them play South Carolina in their bowl game. I talked to Bielema about it, and it's like, well, you adjust based on your personnel. Like, if you think you've got like guys that can get a pass rush, and then you can do stuff differently on the back end. But so you're constantly trying to tweak. So again, I agree with your point. These guys are film junkies. Cignetti 100% is. We were there. When were we there? It was in the spring, and he was referring
Yep.
to stuff that like Stanford was doing. And we're like, we
Which was
were 2 and
insane.
10,
Like nobody
2 and 10 last
nobody
year.
was
What?
watching them. Nobody was
He was
watching them
watching them.
except for
He
you.
was watching
Yeah.
them, and I think he just watches all plays by everyone. I think
Oh
he's just like,
man.
all right, red zone plays. Let's watch every single person in college football, and so then we can steal stuff. So anyway,
Oh,
I think like both of these coaches told me this game has been circled. They have been like eyeing each other. They knew what was going to be at stake. And Bielema was like, I knew this was going to be ranked on ranked. Like I knew where we were going to start the season.
it's
I
so
knew what
good.
Indiana was capable of. So this there's so much at stake here. I think Illinois is going to win the game. Because again, I have them in my playoff. I've been so high on them all along. The environment's going to be awesome, by the way. Like Indiana is so pumped that this is, prime time at night game for them. But I think Luke Altmaier, if it comes down to being close, which maybe it isn't, but I just feel like they're a more complete team, and they're kind of ready to take that baton from Indiana as like, okay, we are now, that Big Ten potential playoff team you're going to talk about and maybe argue about all season.
Yeah, I'm with you. And it's just I think I have a little bit of a deeper trust in the Illinois personnel at this point in the year. I as I said earlier, I think this game is super balanced just from like a matchup standpoint. So I'm excited because I do think we can get some fireworks and some really fun plays and like good defensive stops with some explosive offense at times. But I'm giving the edge to Illinois in this one as well.